they talking real loud, spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights, where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights, where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's in.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so with that all being said, let's see who all is in here. Okay. Anita, Juju B is in the house. All right. Lisa's Real Spill is here. Shalvid, Claudette. All right. LL is here. Okay. Let's get into it. Desmond, Queen, Huey, Mel. All right. Shout out to all of my loyal Roys and everyone tuned into the Queen. And a big shout out to my moderators because y'all know they be putting in work. All right. C-Stan coming in with a donation saying blessings, Queen. Well, thank you, beloved. I sure need it. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings right back to you. Okay, thank you kindly. Vince, I am from the UK, is here. All right, let's get into it. Everybody hit the like button. I see you, Laverne. It's Bree to you. Okay, so before we get into it, let's have a brief word from my sponsor. You all, when I tell you it is all going down, okay? It literally is. Okay, Diddy and Trump got busted, okay? Diddy and Trump. Diddy, I'm so disappointed. I am so disappointed. I see you, Michael. Okay, Deja Vu is in the house. Deja Vu. Okay, I love it. Tylene is here. Okay, so anyway, let's get into it. I saw you, Claudette. Let's get my sponsor up on the screen because y'all know I got to keep the lights on, honey. Trump making all these cuts and having us out here struggling. I can hardly keep my head above water. All right, please pay attention.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
All right, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes Hair Oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart.com. And she also sells beard oil. Okay, now let's get into the nefariousness of it all. Because y'all, oh Lord, Diddy, why did you do it? Diddy is letting his demons win. Okay, he's letting his demons win. We all know that Diddy has alcohol and drug abuse issue. Supposed to be getting treatment while he's at Fort Dix. Okay, but he got caught, busted by prison officials drinking that hooch, that toilet wine, that prison punch, or whatever you want to call it. This in from TMZ. Let's talk about it. Now, here's what they say. This came in at 3:38 Pacific Standard Time. Diddy's family spokesperson, Judah Engelmayer, tells TMZ that Mr. Combs is in his first week at FCI Fort Dix and is focused on adjusting, working on himself, and doing better each day. As with any high profile individual in a new environment, there will be many rumors and exaggerated stories throughout his time there, most of them untrue. We ask that people give him the benefit of the doubt, the privacy to focus on his personal growth with grace and purpose. Now, Diddy's sobriety journey took a detour in lockup this week. TMZ has learned that he was drinking behind bars and got into some trouble with those pesky prison officials. Y'all know how they do. They catch you doing something and you're in for a treat and you might get solitary confinement. I mean, it just depends on the magnitude of the infraction. So anyway, they tell TMZ that Diddy had some homemade alcohol in Fort Dix, the low security prison where he's been doing time. Now, mind y'all, Diddy hasn't even been there a month yet, and you're already getting into trouble, Diddy. We're told that alcohol is made of Fanta, sugar, and apples, which inmates give 2 weeks to ferment into an alcoholic substance. Lord have mercy. Now, we're told that Diddy got caught by jail officials and prison officials. Hold on. He got caught by jail officials and prison officials plan to move him from his old unit into a new one. Why do they say jail and prison? I'm confused. If he's at Fort Dix, this is clearly prison. I guess a typo. Anyway, two sources tell TMZ prison officials have now reversed their decision and Diddy will stay put. Okay. What's really going on? Now, you may recall Diddy made a big deal about his sobriety to the judge prior to his sentencing last month, telling the court that he was sober for the first time in 25 years. He also said that he'd lost his way due to substances. He wrote in a letter to the judge that the old me died in jail and a new version of me was reborn. Prison will change you or kill you. I choose to live. Now, they say we shared pictures of Diddy hanging around the New Jersey prison yard last week, and he seemed to be the life of the proverbial party. Didn't I tell y'all the same thing? Laughing and smiling while shooting the you-know-what with his fellow inmates. Okay, so anyway, that's pretty much all they say. They say they contacted the prison, and an official told them they had no information about the incident. Well, here's the thing. If they had no information about the incident, maybe there was no incident. Oh no. People could be spreading rumors. People could be spreading rumors. D Major said lies, lies, and more lies. Well, honey, I hope it's lies because Diddy, don't do it to yourself, okay? Don't let your demons win, okay? Don't let your demons win because at the end of the day, we alone can chase our demons away. No one else can do it for us. We have to develop the discipline and the wherewithal and the due diligence to fight these spiritual battles ourselves. And that's what Diddy's going through. It's a spiritual battle. Okay? So anyway, Danielle said, you never know, Queen. Yeah, you never do. Mel said people deal with weaknesses. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. It's a struggle out here. I mean, that's why we have addicts in the first place, right? Because it's a struggle. But anywho, let me just tell you all something, honey. I went and dug up some more dirt on Trump it up. Y'all know I stay on him. I got my heel on his neck. Okay, please pay attention. And with that all being said, let's talk about it. So here's the thing. Now remember, when I told you all earlier the whole thing about Lindsay Halligan and how I believe that she lied to the grand jury and all that. Okay, so I found some more information. So let's get into it. Now, some of this may be repetitive because if you were in the first broadcast and if you didn't see it, go back and watch. But if you were in the first broadcast, a little bit of this I'm going to, summarize or go over a little bit of that as well, not to confuse anyone. Okay, so anyway, now check this out. So as I told you all earlier, Halligan was the only person in the grand jury room. She was the only person that was a representative of the prosecution's office. Okay, so nobody knows what the hell she really said up in there, whether she lied, and I'm pretty sure she did. If I had to bet, I'd bet. Okay, I'd bet a dollar to a dime that she sat up in there and lied. But here's the thing. Now, she likely took one of the agents, because this is what the federal prosecutors usually do, take one of the agents in there and have them get up there as the witness and testify, right? So, and then mind you, like I told you earlier, the defense doesn't get to come in and speak. Their counsel can't. Nothing that they say is brought in. This is all on the prosecution to come in there and build their case. So, now here's the thing. I just feel from the information that I've gathered and compiled that just perhaps Miss Halligan got an agent to come in there. Hold on, you all. Hold on. Where is my other? Y'all, hold on. Give me just a second. I hate to be so unprepared. Hold on. Let me see here. Okay, I forgot something real quick. You beloveds, hold on. Give me just a second. Okay. All right, hold on one second. I have two little things that I want you all to see, so I need to upload them real quick. It'll take me 2 minutes, if not less. Okay, but while I'm doing this, I can talk and multitask at the same time. But let me just tell you all, Pete Hegseth appears to be purging the military personnel. Okay, purging the military personnel. Okay, I think this is what I need right here. I'm not even going to upload it. I'm just going to make it quick and send it to my email. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, beloveds. Now, let me just get my chat pulled up on my cell phone. Okay. All right. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, so now back to business. Now, because there's two posts that I screenshot. Vince, I said, take your time. Take all the time you need, Queen. Okay, thank you, beloved. Y'all know some of y'all will go in on me if I'm taking too long, honey. I've had people tell me, Queen, why are you always late to the broadcast? That's effed up. Y'all know it, honey. They be going in like I work for y'all. Okay, so anyway, let's get back into it. So, Halligan would likely, as I said, have had an FBI agent as her witness against Comey because the two other witnesses, as I told you, already corroborated Comey's statements, right? So they wouldn't be giving her any help. Now she would likely question him and, get his testimony or try to use his testimony to convince the grand jury to go ahead and issue the indictment against Comey. And that's clearly what happened, in my opinion, because the indictment was issued. And we already know that they didn't really have any viable evidence. So how did they get this indictment unless something shady was done? Okay, so lies definitely could have been told. And we already know witness number 3, which was McCabe, and the other witness who was a whole friend of James Comey's, okay, Mr. Richardson. So we already know that they corroborated everything he said. So Lindsay, like I told you, probably sat up in there and lied, right? But not just that. See, here's the thing. Comey had every right to challenge her. Okay, he basically challenged her authority because she wasn't supposed to be in that position anyway. And then they demanded he and his attorneys have demanded the exculpatory evidence. Okay, they want discovery and all of that because they want to see this evidence. Like, what did you show this grand jury? How did you get this indictment? So they really want to see this. So Comey thinks she's so not Comey, but Halligan thinks she's so smart, trying to match wits with Comey. But so anyway, he challenged her authority to serve as an interim U.S. attorney because under the appointments clause, now this is what I forgot to tell you all this morning. Under that appointments clause, of the Constitution and the law dealing with the appointments clause, the president can only pick one interim U.S. attorney, okay, for a finite period of time. Now, with that all being said, Trump already used his one time. Okay, and see, here's what happens. Once they pick an interim attorney, they only get to pick one, like I said, for a finite period of time. Now, once the time expires, they must then be confirmed by the Senate or given an extension by a federal judge in the district. Or the federal judges could simply say, yeah, we don't like this pick and we want to choose somebody to our liking, to our satisfaction. Okay, but the interim U.S. attorney in the District of Eastern Virginia was booted, remember, cybered for not finding evidence to indict Comey. Okay, so he resigned. Now, but Trump keeps saying that he fired him. So anyway, and by the way, this man was Trump's pick. Trump actually picked him and then got mad and wanted the man ousted because the man wouldn't trump up charges and find fake evidence or whatever. Okay. And that's when he later chose Halligan. Now that's the problem. See, this is what James Comey pointed out. How can you pick Halligan, okay, as the interim U.S. attorney when you already had cybered? You only get one shot. Okay. So that's going to be a problem for Trump. And so anyway, by the fact that Halligan was the only one in that grand jury room and the only person representing the prosecutor's office, now for us to find out, or for Comey to bring out the information that she was unlawfully appointed, she wasn't even supposed to be in the room. If that's the case, she was not even supposed to be in there talking to the grand jury. And the funny thing is that was the last day of the statute of limitations, because they have a time frame. Remember, a finite period of time. So they went past the statute of limitations, putting her in there. So this is absolutely why Comey requested a dismissal on the grounds that Halligan was unlawfully appointed. If anybody was wondering, if I didn't make myself clear this morning, okay? And as I told you also this morning, Judge Curry wants the full transcripts, okay, from the grand jury meeting, and he wants to read every bit of it because remember, Halligan, I told you all this morning, she only gave him portions of it. She didn't hand over the transcripts, of the part when she introduced the witness, or when she spoke with the grand jury from the beginning, not even the part after the witness was excused. And also, she didn't even bother to turn in the part where she gave the jury, the grand jury, the charging instructions. Now, why is this important? Well, I'm so glad you asked. See, all of this information is pertinent to the judge and this is why he wants to review it, because this will let him know whether lies were told, whether there was anything shoddy put in there. Okay, please pay attention. That will help the judge, figure out exactly what's going on. Did they tell any lies? Did she go in there and misrepresent her own case? Like, what did she do? Okay, so anyway, that all being said, let me pull up this screenshot. Let me pull up the screenshot. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, now and here's the thing. No, hold on. Before I show you all the screenshots, let me also tell you what Bondi did. Because remember, I told you all earlier that Bondi could potentially be in some trouble herself. Now, that's because she, quite frankly, tried to pull a little slick stunt. I don't know why these people think they're going to be getting away with all this stuff, because the judge is not stupid, okay? The judge is not stupid, and neither is Comey. So the bottom line is Bondi actually tried to backdate the filing, okay? Because she realized that she had passed the statute of limitations. She realized that they had been caught up in a kerfuffle. And so then she tried to go back and backdate it, okay? So let's just go over that part. Let's just talk about that real quick, okay? Because I'm telling you right now, Stephen King couldn't make this stuff up, okay? The fact that Halligan, who's not that smart, in my opinion, she can't be that smart if she went ahead and did what Trump told her to do, she should have absolutely known she was putting her license at risk. Okay, maybe she didn't think so because she thought Trump has her back. I don't know. But she needs to remember, Trump's not going to always be in charge. Okay, so the fact that, she tried to actually outwit a federal judge and James Comey, who's been doing this probably 3 times as long as she has, Okay, she's trying to outwit them when clearly she's already at her wit's end. Okay, pun intended. And so anyway, in 2017, Comey doubled down on his statement and said that he said that basically he would stand on what he previously said, and he denied all wrongdoing, of course, right? So that would have made this whole case a bit more challenging for Halligan, because in the grand jury, the only thing she could have really asked an agent that she would have up there is about hearsay. Okay, that's all she could have asked them. What did James Comey say? Did he say this? Did he say that? Did he lie? Did he tell the truth? That's all she really could ask. Other than that, I don't see what she could have been doing, really, what she could have produced other than lies, like I said. Now, but because the agent on the stand, if the agent lied, I'm pretty sure she's the one that would have told them to do so. Okay. And this wouldn't have given her too much wiggle room, because she would have had to come up with something significant. I bet she was sweating bullets. Okay, I guarantee you she was sweating bullets. So, but then here's the thing. Now, they tried to, well, the question that they were asking Comey, right? The question they tried to say that he lied about or gave false testimony, whatever. That was basically, they asked him, did he ask anyone in the FBI about coordinating with the press? To which Comey replied, no. So that's what they're trying to figure out. That's the main charge, that he gave false statements or whatever. Okay, so then what it looks like they did was they tried to use Comey's friend and former colleague, Dan Richmond, who's now a professor at Columbia. It seems like they tried to use conversations that he and Comey had to try to make him look bad. Okay, but the thing is, they filed a brief, and in the brief, it contained many of the comments between Comey and Dan Richmond. Most of these conversations, however, well, these were basically after these conversations were had, most of them anyway, after Richmond had already left the FBI. So basically, they really don't have anything to do with the motion. Okay, they're clearly desperate and grasping at straws. So Comey and his attorneys want discovery, like I said. And now, as for Blondie, aka Bondi, now realizing that the statute of limitations had passed, well, she decided to spin the block. Okay, filing documents just a couple of days ago. I want y'all to pay attention. Now, she's supposed to have been done this over a month ago, because that's when the statute of limitation passed. But she's already missed the deadline. Now, here you go 2 days ago or so, maybe 3 at the most, filing these documents trying to claim that she retroactively appointed Lindsay Halligan under a whole nother statute and then ratified the grand jury presentation and signature on the indictment. Now, that was probably a slick move, or so she thought, but the judge was like, nice try, but no cigar. Okay. Nice try, but no cigar, because like I said, this is all a month after the fact. So her or Trump can't make this make sense as far as I'm concerned. I know they'll try, but I just don't see it happening. I just do not see it happening. Okay. And then, now let me read you all this post. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. So on September the 20th of 2025, hold on, I exercised the authority vested in the Attorney General by 28 USC Statute 546 to designate and appoint Lindsay Halligan as the United States Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. Okay, this is what she says. Now, for the avoidance of doubt and to the validity of the appointment, and by virtue of the authority vested in the Attorney General by law, I hereby appoint Ms. Halligan to the additional position of special attorney. Now she's calling her special attorney as of September the 22nd of 2025. Girl, you didn't do this September the 22nd of 2025. You did this about 2 or 3 days ago. See how she tried to play games? Okay, going in here, putting a false date, and thereby ratify her employment as an attorney of the Department of Justice from the date going forward. As special attorney, Ms. Halligan has authority to conduct in the Eastern District of Virginia any kind of legal proceeding, civil or criminal, including grand jury proceedings and proceedings before United States magistrates and judges. Now, in the alternative, should a court conclude that Ms. Halligan's authority and special attorney is limited to particular matters, I hereby delegate to Ms. Halligan authority to authority as special attorney to conduct and supervise the prosecution in United States versus Comey. In addition, based on my review of the grand jury proceedings in the United States versus Comey and the United States versus James, I hereby exercise the authority vested in the Attorney General. Okay, that's what she said. Now, okay, so she actually signed this. I'm sorry, she actually dated this October the 31st of 2025. But it's still the wrong date. All I'm saying is she's still lying. Okay, please pay attention. She is still a liar who lies. Okay, they just want to blame Trump for everything, says Luna. Luna, Trump is responsible for everything. Are you slow? Trump absolutely is responsible for everything. What are you talking about? Tell me what he's not responsible for and who is. That's what I'd like to know. Trump is responsible for all of this bullshit. Talking about they want to blame Trump. They need to. His own party's blaming him. Some of them. Okay, now, with that all being said, Roger Parloff posted on Twitter or X about 23 hours ago saying in USA versus Comey, for the avoidance of doubt, AG Bondi purports to retroactively appoint Halligan under a different statute to ratify her grand jury presentation and signature on the indictment a month after the time ran out. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Okay, please pay attention. At the end of the day, I don't know what some of y'all are still trying to cape for Trump. Listen, whether you like the Democrats or not, okay, I don't like their asses either. But the bottom line is Trump is absolutely responsible for this. And to act as though he is anything other than that is insidiously obtuse, okay, in my opinion. Now, you all hold on for a second. I'm going to let y'all listen to some smooth sounds of jazz while I go cut this heat down because I'm literally about to pass out. Okay, please pay attention. Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience, beloveds. Okay, so I'm back. Now, with that all being said, Trump isn't fooling anyone. The gig is officially up. Okay, the gig is officially up. That's right, Troy. Troy said Trump is the chaos magician. He's damn sure that and a devil to boot. Okay, that's what he is. Trump is the devil himself as far as I'm concerned. But hold on. Because you all know that he has to pay the SNAP benefits, right? Yeah, he has to pay the SNAP benefits. Let's get into it. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share. And not a moment too soon. Because when I tell you that it's so many videos, I'm going to show you all some of them, honey. They have people out here stealing, snatching groceries, running across streets on high-speed chases. They had one lady whose husband is supposedly a police officer out here stealing with her baby with her. And then sitting there trying to go off on the police, talking about she knows her rights and, oh, my baby, my baby. And they're like, honey, you weren't worried about your baby when you was in there committing whole crimes. Okay, when you was in there stealing, that's what you wasn't worried about. So it's getting crazy out here. Okay, please pay attention. Now, I'm about to share my screen. And I'll go ahead and cut my camera on at the end of the day. Hopefully I won't pass out. Hopefully I won't pass out, you guys. Okay, so let me share the screen. Like so, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Waiting for this to queue, beloveds. 10 more seconds.
I don't think I would have made it this far.
Hello, thank you for coming.
Tonight, as food distribution centers face another crush of customers in need, the Trump administration says it will comply with a federal court order fully funding food assistance or SNAP benefits for November. Still, it's unclear how soon that money gets to the 42 million Americans who rely on it.
I'm going for bread and eggs, necessary things but it's hard.
But on Capitol Hill, the longest federal government shutdown is set to stretch into its 7th week. Republicans blasting Democrats for repeatedly blocking a funding bill that would reopen the government.
This is Trump derangement syndrome. Nothing more, nothing less.
Senate Democrats now say they'll vote to end the shutdown if Republicans pass a 1-year extension of Obamacare subsidies.
Democrats are ready to clear the way to quickly pass a government funding bill that includes health care affordability.
Republicans call that offer a non-starter.
We have a shutdown, as you probably know, because the Democrats have gone, they're crazy.
But days after Democratic election wins, the president acknowledged were largely about affordability.
They're crazy.
They lied because they talked about, prices are up. No, prices are down under the Trump administration, and they're down substantially.
Since the president took office, crude oil is down 16% and gas down 6 cents a gallon. But grocery prices overall are up slightly. Staples like ground beef up substantially, 13%. Orange juice up 17%. The president also touting Walmart's Thanksgiving meal deal.
It's 25% less this year than it was last year, and that's true.
But only partially true. It is cheaper, but that Walmart package is also much smaller, with 6 fewer items. Unlike last year, no sweet potatoes, no whipped topping, or pie.
And Peter joins us now live in studio. Peter, I know you have some new reporting on a high-profile pardon.
Tom, that's right. A White House official tells NBC News that President Trump has approved the pardon of Darryl Strawberry, a familiar name, 3-time World Series champion who pleaded guilty to tax evasion 30 years ago. The official noted that Strawberry...
Here's the thing. Now, you all heard that, right? I'm sorry. Donald Trump's talking about Thanksgiving meals going to be cheaper this year. For who? And then talk about Walmart. First of all, I don't buy groceries from Walmart. No shade to anyone that does, but I don't like Walmart's groceries. I don't. I go there for electronics. That's about it. But bottom line is, how is Trump going to sit there and act like he's making everybody's Thanksgiving cheaper? Like, sit down somewhere with your stupid self. Okay? He's a whole idiot. Now, he's claiming that he's going to pay out benefits. He's going to pay out full benefits. Hold on. It's already behind. Okay, so anyway, here's what they say. Trump administration says it will pay benefits in full in November. And so the Agriculture Department said that it would complete the processes necessary to make the funds available later in the day. So hopefully people have already gotten them, or they'll be getting them before the night's end. Okay, the announcement followed the administration's request Friday for an emergency stay from the First Circuit Court of Appeals that requires it to immediately pay the full benefits for November by transferring funds from elsewhere amid the ongoing federal shutdown. Payments have been halted as the federal government shutdown drags into the second month. Okay, so anyway, people are going to get their EBT. All right, so thank God for that. Unless Trump's telling another lie. All right. And so anyway, with that all being said, let's talk about Pete Hegseth. All right, because here's the thing. The Secretary of the Department of War, okay? This fool is purging military leaders with no explanation. What is going on here? And let me just show you all some of the people that he's getting rid of, or that he's gotten rid of. He's not offered up any explanation for it. That's them right there, okay? That's them right there. What's really going on? Oh, and then y'all know Trump's boss man, honey, Trump's boss for the Border Patrol got caught lying. Yeah, admitted that he lied, okay? And the judge went in. I'm telling you, their whole little grift is slowly but surely falling apart. It's not going to be as easy as they thought. You see, the thing is, the whole thing that Trump had going on, this whole little scheme and scam of them trying to blame the Democrats and all of that, was contingent upon us, the people. That was, basically contingent upon us believing the lie. Okay, us going in on the Democrats and blaming them when really the fault lies with Trump and his nefarious administration. They're the ones trying to put the Democrats in a catch-22. Because if you think that people will be able to afford health care once the Obamacare contract ends, and then it's going to probably double at least, you think people are going to be able to afford that? Yeah, I don't think so. So the Democrats have been holding out. This is the last time I'm probably going to say this. I'm just saying this for anybody who thinks that this is the Democrats' fault when it's Trump's. The Democrats have been holding out because they're trying to make sure that the American people have insurance, that they can afford their insurance. Now, what the Republicans will tell you is that the Democrats are only concerned and holding out because they want the illegal immigrants or the undocumented migrants to be able to have benefits of insurance. That's what they'll tell you. Now, whatever you believe is up to you. Okay, so let's get into this whole thing with y'all's defense secretary. Okay, Pete Hegseth has fired or sidelined at least 24 generals, okay, and admirals over the past 9 months in a series of ousters that could reshape the U.S. military for years to come. See, the things they're doing now are going to have consequences for the future, and some cases deadly. So now his actions, which are without precedent in recent decades, have come with little explanation. In many cases, they have run counter to the advice of top military leaders who fought alongside the officers in combat. Senior military officials even said the same. So the utter unpredictability of Mr. Hegseth's moves, as described in interviews with 20 current and former military officials, has created an atmosphere of anxiety and mistrust that has forced senior officers to take sides and at times pitted them against one another, sowing more seeds of division. This is all Trump's administration is doing. Now, Mr. Hegseth has delayed or canceled the promotions of at least 4 senior military officers because they previously worked for General Mark A. Milley, a former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, whom President Trump loathes. Okay, he doesn't like this man either. How many people does Trump not like? Okay, and has repeatedly accused him of being disloyal. Now, one is Major General James Patrick Work, who was expected to be the deputy commander at U.S. Central Command, which oversees troops in the Middle East, according to officials. Now, General Work, one of the Army's most combat experienced officers, played a crucial role leading U.S. and Iraqi troops to victory over the Islamic State in Mosul during the first Trump administration. He also served as General Milley's executive officer in 2018, which might have led Mr. Hegseth to view him with skepticism. Okay, this is what a senior Army official said. Now, despite the strong backing of top military officials and top Army leaders, General Work remains in limbo, his future uncertain. Okay, this is what another senior military official said. Officers or other officers fell out of favor after being targeted on social media by right-wing influencers, or because they had voiced support years earlier for diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. So if you were somebody who is not homophobic, if you're somebody who's not racist, if you're somebody who's just a humane person and you care about others and you don't let what other people do in their life or how they live their lives affect you, and you don't hold that against them, well, this is why they're getting rid of you. Okay, this is discriminatory practices. How are they getting away with this? You should ask yourselves. Okay, discriminating. That's what they're doing. So anyway, goes on to say, and then the nerve of them, because some people were targeted by social media, by right-wing influencers. Here's the thing. Some of these right-wing influencers are literally paid by Trump's administration, allegedly, to sow seeds of division and to attack certain people online. This has been said for a while. Okay, and as I said, allegedly. Now, with that all being said, because we know Trump likes to sue. Okay, so anyway, so despite the strong backing or whatever, he still is in limbo because of this. Now, they go on to say that Admiral Milton Sands, the commander of the Navy SEALs, who pushed to have female instructors in SEAL training, was fired by Mr. Hegseth back in August. So some leaders were ousted for offering candid military assessments. Mr. Hegseth soured on Admiral Alvin Halsey, okay, the head of U.S. Southern Command, after he raised certain questions about deadly military strikes on those boats over there in the Caribbean Sea, the ones that Trump told us were smugglers and trying to bring illegal substances into the U.S. And he didn't show us any proof or receipts. 43 people dead, 11 boats. Okay, so because that man questioned that, that's what happened. I told you all days ago that I literally saw two military personnel being arrested. It was a woman and a man, and they were refusing to do certain things. They were just speaking out against it, and they were being arrested. So sad. Now, the Trump administration has said, without offering detailed evidence, that the boats were trafficking rogues. Admiral Halsey abruptly announced last month that he was stepping down, less than 1 year into what is typically a 3-year assignment. Now, after senior officer Lieutenant General Jeffrey A. Cruz, a 35-year Air Force intelligence officer, 35 years, who led the Defense Intelligence Agency, was forced from his position after his agency cast doubt on Mr. Trump's assertion that U.S. airstrikers in June had obliterated Iran's nuclear program. So they got the man ousted for that. And I just wonder, are these people getting to keep, their benefits? Are they able to keep their benefits when they get ousted like this? Because that would be so awful if not. Trump's dirty. Remember, he fired that guy at the FBI a week before he was set to retire and get his full pension. Trump is a dirty dog. But let me continue. Now, in public appearances, Mr. Hegseth has stressed unity as a critical component of the lethal military. Could have fooled me. Now, he says your strength is your shared purpose. He told this to several hundred troops recently on a trip to Asia, saying your strength is the unity of our mission. But his actions have worked to undermine that critical asset. Okay, according to military officials, they're not buying it, and neither am I. Mr. Hegseth, a former Fox News commentator and Army National Guard major, began his tenure by firing several high-profile military leaders, including General Charles Q. Brown Jr., the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. I wonder if Hegseth fired some of these people, many of them, because of their length of time in the military, because of their expertise, and because they not only outranked him previously, but also because they're more experienced and educated than him. And he's not fit for the job, and he knows it. And I'm thinking that maybe he doesn't want them looking over his shoulder and correcting him on what he's effing up. Just a thought. So anyway, since then, the defense secretary has targeted an array of officers who seemed destined to ascend to 4-star ranks. It's a darn shame. You know how mad I would be? Ooh, baby, heads would roll. Now, Sean Parnell, the Pentagon's top spokesman, said in a statement that the military has never been more unified and cited Mr. Hegseth's work to dismantle the Biden administration's diversity, equity, and inclusion agenda and restore the military's warrior ethos. Saying the department will continue to elevate those in our ranks who are committed to war fighting and mediocrity. Okay, that's what he said in a statement. Okay, war fighting and mediocrity. Now, a new administration has the right to choose military leaders that it trusts. This is what Corey Skake, a defense specialist who served on the National Security Council in the administration of President George W. Bush, said. But she worried the Trump administration was squandering an enormous amount of talent. Okay, the scale of firings, all of these firings, they also alarmed some people in Congress, like Senator Elisa Slotkin, a Democrat from Michigan, who previously served as a CIA officer analyzing foreign militaries. Okay, she recently described Mr. Hegseth's moves as a purge. That's exactly what it is. Okay, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what he's doing. Y'all, please pay attention. They got us living in the purge and the Hunger Games. Okay. Now, the places where we've looked at these kinds of things are places like China, she said. I used to work on Iraq. They would do the same thing. So another concern is Mr. Hegseth's moves have led or have fed the impression that there are pro-Trump and anti-Trump generals. So in a September speech attended by hundreds of senior officers, you all remember I showed you all that speech from around the world, Mr. Hegseth singled out several recently retired 4-star generals for scorn. Okay, the new compass heading is clear, he said. This is what he told the officers gathered at Quantico, Virginia, out with the Shiralis. I know I'm not saying that word right. I don't have my glasses. Shiralis. Okay, whatever. The McKenzies and the Millies. Now, he was referring to General Peter W. Schiaparelli. Okay, that looks like an Italian name. So anyway, the former Army Vice Chief of Staff and General Kenneth F. McKenzie Jr. and a former head of Central Command. So he said the heading is clear. Okay, as he called those people out. Now, Mr. Hegseth disparaged and considered them mentors. So too had, hold on, Mr. Hegseth disparaged and considered them mentors. So too had more junior officers. Now, they say the message being sent to those younger officers, soldiers and sailors and airmen and Marines is that politics can and should be part of your military service. This is what Representative Jason Crow, a Democrat from Colorado and a former Army Ranger, said. It's a dangerous message. Now, General Stanley A. McChrystal, who led the military's elite special operation troops for years in Iraq and Afghanistan and is now retired, echoed the same concerns. Okay, saying the U.S. military's long history of remaining apolitical has always depended upon a norm in which the military avoided politics while civilian leadership respected and protected those in uniform from the political fray. Okay, this is what General McChrystal said, saying that in recent months they have challenged the paradigm, okay, at significant risk. Once lost, the legitimacy of a military that reflects and represents all Americans will be difficult to recover. So Mr. Hegseth's personnel moves have hit several of the Army's most admired and combat-tested leaders. In late October, he forced Lieutenant General J.P. McGee from his position as the Director of Strategy and War Plans on the Joint Staff Military. Okay, this is what officials said. The move was reported earlier by CNN. And then General McGee deployed 10 times to war zones, according to his military records. Okay, General Work, who stepped down in August as the commander of the 82nd Airborne Division, spent nearly 6 years in combat zones over the course of his career. Now, military officials spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss interpersonal personnel matters at the time when the Pentagon's culture has become increasingly punitive. Until recently, General Work's promotion seemed like a certainty. All 10 of the officers who commanded the 82nd Airborne before him were promoted to 3-star ranks. 9 made 4 stars. It is still possible that General Work will fight through Mr. Hegseth's doubts and earn a 3rd star. This is what a senior Army official said. It's not likely. Once Trump and these other cronies of his realize, once they have taken a disliking to you, they just have it in for you. And that's just what it is. Most of the officers forced out by Mr. Hegseth are likely to land on their feet, hired by defense contractors, big companies, or universities. The biggest blow may be felt by those left behind. But the question is, are they going to get all of their benefits? Okay, because that's still going to be messed up. Even if you get hired somewhere else, you still want what you earned while you were in the military for all those decades. Okay, doing all of this service to your country. And then to just get slapped in the face and given the boot and, kicked up the rear. It's like crazy. So speaking to students at West Point in 2018, General Work shared some of the lessons he learned from 2 decades of war. Understand when you who you're partnered with, understand who you're fighting. Okay, this is what General Work said. He was then a colonel, and he was talking to cadets, and he talked about his efforts to bond with an Iraqi partner during the fight against the Islamic State in 2017, saying 14 years ago today, I set foot in Baghdad. Okay, this is what he recalled telling his Iraqi counterpart. 14 years ago, I was in the hospital because I had been wounded by you all in Haditha. That's what the Iraqi soldier replied. So I guess they're going back and forth. So anyway, the exchange, General Work said, demonstrated one of the Army's hard-won lessons in Iraq and Afghanistan. In long, complex wars, alliances can shift. Former enemies can become trusted allies. So many of Hegseth's dismissals have left senior military leaders and even Trump's administration officials puzzled and speculating about the cause. Such was the case with General James J. Mingus, the Army's Vice Chief of Staff. Now, senior Army officials assumed that General Mingus would stay in his position until at least next summer. The 4-star officer has played a critical role alongside General Randy George, the Army's Chief of Staff, in remaking the Army for high-intensity combat and drone warfare in the Pacific. Now, instead, his retirement was hastily announced on October the 21st with little input from senior Army leaders or Army Secretary Daniel P. Driscoll, according to military officials. No reason was given for General Mingus's early dismissal or his replacement by Lieutenant General Christopher C. Lanive, who formerly led the 82nd Airborne Division. So in the case of Rear Admiral Michael Donnelly, the end came because of a 7-year-old story recycled through the right-wing media. The Pentagon announced in June that Admiral Donnelly, the former commander of the aircraft carrier Ronald Reagan, was being nominated to be Vice Admiral and commander of the Navy's largest overseas force, the 7th Fleet. But in July, Mr. Hegseth withdrew the man's nomination after the Daily Wire reported that the Admiral Donnelly had allowed drag performances on the aircraft carrier. Do y'all hear this? So because this man didn't have a problem with somebody performing in drag, they just gonna snatch up his nomination. Okay, this is just low down. Okay, this is just problematic. Do y'all hear this? Like, what do y'all have to say about it? Y'all don't think this is crazy and egregious and highly problematic? Because I do. So anyway, with that all being said, Navy officials said the article belied what had actually happened. One sailor in drag performed during a talent show on the carrier. Admiral Donnelly was in Singapore at the time. Wasn't even there, they say. Now, as of the end of October, the Navy was still on the hunt for a new 7th Fleet commander. Even if he wasn't there, they're probably mad that he didn't give consequences to whoever allowed it in his absence. Okay, I mean, this is just how they think, in my opinion. So now, they say some rising stars have survived right-wing scrutiny. Lieutenant General Jonathan P. Braga, a decorated special operations officer, was sharply criticized in a conservative blog for promoting diversity initiatives. Okay, these people are so racist. Any talk of diversity, equity, and inclusion, they just immediately get upset and offended and start firing people. But the strong backing of several senior officers in the elite special operations community, which Mr. Hegseth respects, protected him. Okay, so he better be glad he knew some people who knew some people. So General Braga took over the shadowy Joint Special Operations Command, which includes the Army Delta Force and the Navy SEALs Team 6 in late September. Now, in late September, Lieutenant General Douglas A. Sims, the second's 34-year military career came to an abrupt halt or end at a military base near the Pentagon. On the day of his retirement, General Sims marched past columns of soldiers in their dressed uniforms, okay, who were awaiting his review. The Army had played the Army band played a John Phillips salsa march, and a row of howitzers sounded a thundering 17-gun salutes. Now, General Sims had been the Army's choice to run Forces Command, a 4-star job focused on making sure that commanders around the world have trained and ready forces available to them. The command, while important, is rarely a source of controversy, and the choice of who will lead it is usually left up to the Army. But Mr. Hegseth blocked General Sims' promotion because he was seen as too close to General Milley, according to 3 people with knowledge of the matter. And so because they don't like General Milley, they snatched up this man's promotion or blocked him from getting it. Isn't that dirty? Can y'all imagine this? Like, this is all kinds of crazy to me. Like, as I'm reading this stuff, it's really ticking me the hell off, because my thing is, this is exactly what they do in corporate America. These are the same practices that they implement in corporate America. If this doesn't let you know how racist Trump's entire administration is, how hateful, wicked, and nefarious. Well, nefarious means wicked, but nonetheless, if this doesn't let you know, if you haven't gotten it by now, D Major said it's crazy. It is crazy. That's right, Joy. It is pure evil. So anyway, this just is so annoying. Like, I'm really just getting sick to my stomach. Like, all of these people, because I have family members that have been in the military. My uncle's retired Navy. My brother was National Guard. I have other members that were in the Army. Okay, so the whole thing is, it's just to think that these people did all of this time. They went to war in Iraq. They did all of this work and everything, gave their all. And now you're going to snatch up their promotions. You're not going to let them move on to get their 4 stars. You're not going to allow them to get their pensions even. I'm just wondering. So anyway, they go on to say, hold on. So before he officially departed the Army, General Sims recited the names of the 5 soldiers killed under his command. His last remarks in uniform focused on the values that hold an army together through hard times. The same values many senior military officials worried were now under strain. Now, the fact that this man, before he left, recited the names of his fallen soldiers that were under his command lets you know that he really cared about these people. This is like a brotherhood, okay? And then, so, how are you going to be sitting up here and get mad and want to get rid of somebody because somebody that they're friends with you don't like? This is childish in high school. These people are not playing with full decks, okay? Now, everything we do is about people. This is what General Sims said, okay? He reminded the crowd. He said the military doesn't have a monopoly in this regard, but the stakes of what we do are just different. Now, General Dan Kane, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, listened in the packed bleachers next to General Brown, his predecessor, whom Mr. Hicks had fired in February. Okay, please pay attention. He fired everybody. Who's left? Okay, who is left that knows what they're actually damn doing? Y'all don't have concerns about this? D Major talking about you're a little confused. Honey, I'm confused. I'm a whole lot confused because if they've gotten rid of all of these journals, admirals, lieutenants, okay, all of these 4 stars, 3 stars, and all of that, stopping people from getting their promotions, if they've done all this to so many people, who in the hell's running the military? Who's leading these folks? Likely some incompetent a-holes like Hegseth with right-winged ideology. I mean, if I had to guess. So anyway, now let's talk about the Border Patrol commander who told them lies. Border Patrol commander admitted that he lied about tear gas incident. Judge says that she restricts the use of force by immigration officials in Chicago. Let's talk about this because I find it all interesting. So the Border Patrol official tasked with leading the Trump administration's immigration enforcement. Now, here's why this is important. Well, it's important, period, because they lied. That's for number one. But this just makes me feel like we can't believe anything they say. So remember how I told you all yesterday how they were saying, the government that is, was alleging that there are people going around posing as ICE workers, ICE agents, and then accosting women and trying to assault them. And I said, how do we know that's not really ICE? Now we find out that the head of the immigration enforcement said that they're lied. They admitted to lying in court. Further proof we can't believe anything they say. Okay, it's just a fact. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. I'm about to share the screen. It's all crazy.
Today, protesters outside a Chicago federal courthouse. Commander-at-Large for U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Gregory Bovino, called to answer mounting questions about the controversial use of tear gas and other tactics amid the ongoing federal immigration crackdown called Operation Midway Blitz.
The focus of Midway Blitz, as well as Operation at Large, which was our Operation Los Angeles, as well as the overall nationwide immigration operation, it's to make our homeland a safer place, our communities safer places, and to make the United States a place where Ma and Pa America don't have to worry about the ravages of illegal immigration.
Nightline interviewed Bovino on Sunday ahead of the court hearing. Recent incidents like this one, where Bovino is allegedly seen throwing a gas canister into a crowd, sparking today's court hearing. Court files alleging Bovino and other federal agents have violated a judge's temporary restraining order, limiting use of those tactics. The spokesperson for Homeland Security posting this video of the same incident in the predominantly Latino community of Little Village. In a statement, DHS said protesters shot at agents with commercial artillery shell fireworks and that a rock struck Bovino in the head, and that the use of chemical munitions was conducted in full accordance with CBP policy and was necessary for safety. When asked if this incident and others had violated the restraining order, Bovino said he needed more information about what happened in those incidents. Federal Judge Sarah Ellis ordering him to appear before her daily to report on immigration actions in the city, and for Bovino personally to start wearing a body-worn camera by Friday. Families of those detained so far paying close attention to the hearing.
Fernanda, there you are. That was my 8th grade dance.
Those sweet moments now seem far away for the Cabrera sisters. They're U.S. citizens. Their father, Ramiro, is undocumented.
He's innocent. He's not a criminal. He doesn't deserve to be treated that way.
This surveillance video obtained by the I-Team for our station WLS capturing his arrest on October 3rd.
He got detained or picked up while he was putting up a tent because we have a party rental business, and a white van rolls up, and then that's where they come up to them.
When did you find out exactly that he had been taken by ICE agents?
I was the first to find out. My mom calls me. First thing she said on the phone call was, "It finally happened." She said, "They got your dad." And the second she said that, like, my heart sank, like my world stopped.
This was the day you had been dreading.
Yeah. Yeah, a day that like you never thought would come. And I'm like, Ruby, they got dad, they got dad, they got dad. Oh my God. Honestly, it was earth-shattering.
Ramiro built a life hung over the family.
Does he have a criminal record?
No, oh my gosh. Thinking of my dad as a criminal is just such a funny thing. He's so gentle. Even when I saw him being taken, my dad's one to follow the law, respond to any type of law enforcement very respectfully. He respects this country so much. Even when he was detained, he said, "I still think this is the best country in the world, but even what's happening to me, it doesn't change my view on this country."
No end date has been given for Operation Midway Blitz.
And finally tonight, Ofelia Terez's father, Ruben, and Ruby and Fernando Cabrera's father, Ramiro, are both being held at a federal detention center in Clay, Indiana. Ruben's scheduled for a bond hearing in immigration court this week. And as for the father of the Cabrera sisters, he has a hearing on November 13th. Both men could be deported back to Mexico. We'll continue to cover the story, so stay with ABC News. That's our show for tonight. Thanks for the company, America.
Okay, so now let's talk about the lies told. So they go on to say that the Border Patrol officer tasked with leading immigration enforcement crackdown in Chicago. Hold on. Let me get this popping. Okay, so they go on to say, during the crackdown in Chicago, he admitted to lying about a rock-throwing incident used to justify deploying tear gas against protesters. Okay, U.S. District Judge Sarah Ellis said this on Thursday before issuing a preliminary injunction limiting the use of force during immigration arrests and protests. Now, the October 23rd incident involving Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino has been a key part of the court proceedings, challenging the tactics of immigration agents during the Trump administration's Operation Midway Blitz, which started in September. So the video of the incident showed Bovino throwing a gas canister at demonstrators in Chicago's Little Village neighborhood, okay, without giving a verbal warning, a violation of the judge's earlier temporary restraining order limiting the use of force. This is what the judge reminded him, saying Mr. Bovino and the Department of Homeland Security claimed that he had been hit by a rock in the head before throwing the tear gas. But video evidence disproves this. And he ultimately admitted that he was not hit until after he threw the tear gas, Ellis said. So just lying. Now, at the time of the incident, DHS defended Bovino's actions, saying that a Border Patrol transport van transporting undocumented immigrants was attacked by demonstrators. They say the mob of rioters grew hostile and violent, advancing toward agents and began throwing rocks and other objects at them, including one that struck Chief Greg Bovino in the head. This is what Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin said in a statement after the incident. All of them just lied. She said in the statement that Border Patrol agents repeated multiple warnings. Agents properly used their training, and the use of chemical munitions was conducted in full accordance with CBP policy and was necessary to ensure the safety of both law enforcement and the public. Now, ABC News has reached out to DHS about the discrepancy between its account of what happened and the judge's own ruling, but a spokesperson responded with a statement criticizing the judge's decision to grant a preliminary injunction, saying this injunction is an extreme act by an activist judge that risks the lives and livelihoods of law enforcement officers. Okay, the spokesperson said in a statement on Thursday, rioters, gangbangers, and terrorists have opened fire on our federal law enforcement officers, thrown rocks, bottles, and fireworks at them. Okay, slashed their tires of their vehicles, ran them, ambushed them, and they've destroyed multiple law enforcement vehicles. Now, despite the real dangers, our law enforcement shows incredible restraint and exhausting all options before force is escalated. Lies. Okay, lies. All right, they're trying to act like they're just being so nice and sweet and humble out here, as if they're not out here harassing, racially profiling, and attacking and assaulting people. I beg to differ. Have I not shown you the footage? Have I not shown you the footage? Okay, so they just out here lying. Okay, acting as if they're the ones being attacked. You know, you might be being attacked when you do the attacking first. People retaliate sometimes. Okay, I'm not saying it's right, but that's how it goes. So anyway, the spokesperson said DHS would appeal the judge's order. Now, during Thursday's hearing, the judge listed several other instances that she claims proved federal agents discarded the First Amendment rights of the journalist, okay, demonstrators, and religious practitioners even. She referenced a September the 19th video of an incident involving protesters at the Broadview immigration facility, saying that the protesters were standing far away. Agents immediately began lobbying, flashbang grenades, and tear gas with no warning whatsoever. This is all on video. The judge said she saw little reason for the use of force that the federal agents used. Overall, this calls into question everything that defendants say they are doing in their characterization of what is happening either at the Broadview facility or out in the streets of the Chicagoland area during law enforcement activities. Now, in a deposition played in court earlier this week, Bovino defended his own conduct and that of other immigration agents, saying that he believed all uses of force have been more than exemplary, okay, during the operation in the Chicago region. Lies. The hell out of here with that BS. They're just sitting at her lying. That's all they're doing. Okay, nothing but lies. All right. So anyway, let's go to this report where they talk about how they have 66,000 people in ICE custody. 66,000. Hold on. This is a report from CBS. Let's get into it. Danielle said, even when it's on a live video, they'll tell you that the videos are lies. Yeah, or they'll say what happened before they started recording. That's what they like to say too.
CBS News is the first to report the number of people in ICE custody is now at 66,000. That is a new record as President Trump ramps up immigration enforcement. That number is up from about 39,000 at the beginning of Trump's second term. The White House has since expanded the detention system with holding facilities in Republican-led states. CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya Galvez is here with us with more on what all of this means. Camilo, good morning.
Good morning.
So the administration has expanded the detention facilities, but there had always been a shortage. So what do these new numbers mean?
Well, the Trump administration has been aggressively expanded immigration operations across the country, as you know, Errol, giving Border Patrol and ICE agents a broad mandate to arrest as many immigrants in the U.S. illegally as possible, irrespective of whether or not they have a criminal record. If you are in this country illegally, you are now fair game to be arrested and processed for deportation under the second Trump administration. And because of that aggressive expansion in immigration enforcement, the U.S. federal government now needs more detention space to house the people that ICE and Border Patrol are arresting and to process them ultimately to be deported out of the country. We understand that right now ICE, as you underscored, is housing about 66,000 people in detention. That is a 70% increase from January of this year when the second Trump administration took office. And this is due again to that aggressive ramp up in immigration enforcement. To oversee that largest operation in terms of deportations agents that the president has promised, ICE is building a massive and unprecedented detention system, Errol.
So currently, does it seem as if the administration has enough capacity for this? And Mr. Trump has said he's focusing on the worst of the worst criminals. Does that match the data?
Critical questions, Errol. So to start off, we know that the One Big Beautiful Bill Act that was signed into law by the president in the summer gave Immigration and Customs Enforcement $45 billion just to fund its detention system. And that agency is using that unprecedented infusion of funding to ramp up detention space by tens of thousands of detention beds. The goal is to be able to detain as many as 100,000 people at any given time. Right now, ICE has the capacity to hold as many as 70,000 people. So it is getting closer to that goal of 100,000 beds. And it is adding military installations and facilities in Republican-led states, as you underscored, to that detention apparatus. In terms of the criminality question, yes, the president has said that they will target the worst of the worst who are in the country illegally. But the data we obtain indicates that roughly half of the people currently in ICE detention do not have a criminal record, a conviction, or a charge. They are being held solely because of civil immigration violations. The rest have criminal charges or convictions. The severity of those crimes is unclear. They could range from serious felonies like murder to misdemeanors and immigration-related crimes, Errol.
That's an important piece of context there. Camilo, thank you very much.
Of course.
Hold on, what's Bernie talking about? Hold on. Okay, Bernie. I don't have time to listen to Bernie right now. Maybe we'll listen to him tomorrow. C-Stan said the big, beautiful scam. Okay, I know that's right. Okay, so listen, we're almost out of here, but there's a couple of videos I want to show you guys. Do you all want to see some of the videos? One's in the chat. If you all want to see a couple of these videos of these people out here stealing. Y'all want to see 2 or 3 of these videos of people out here stealing before we go? One's in the chat. Because I'm about to be out of here. I knew y'all messy selves wanted to see it. Y'all messy and nosy just like me. Okay, who knew? Okay. Let's get into it, honey, because the first one we're going to go to is 2 women just loading stolen groceries into a car. I'm talking about big time stealing. Let's get into it. Here we go. Look at him. And then they wrote on the screen this, and this is not an AI video. This was caught in real time here in America. Okay, thieves caught on video unloading 2 shopping carts full of stolen merchandise because no more SNAP benefits. Active robbery.
We're in progress. BJ's Concord. Gray Pontiac. Celeste Silver.
They are outside the store.
Hope y'all like jail.
He said, I hope you like jail. They're going so damn slow. You're right. Okay, you are right, Sister.
Robbery in progress. BJ's Concord.
Let me tell you something. First of all, let me tell you something. First of all, I'm just wondering. They were moving entirely too slow. First of all, why were they just putting all the stuff in there? First of all, take that whole cart and dump it in the trunk. That's what they should have been doing, right? Take the whole cart and dump it in the trunk, and then dump the next one in the back seat and get your ass out of there, ladies. Y'all are so dumb. Ooh, honey, did y'all see him? All on camera, okay? Ooh, I am so done. Reggie said they can't go no faster. They large and out of breath. Queen Sam said driver's side could miss a few meals. They both could have, clearly. Okay, let's not poke fun. All right, let's not poke fun. Okay, so anyway, I just thought it was interesting that they're just sitting there doing all of that in broad daylight and moving so slow at a tortoise's pace. Okay, but look at these two black women, honey, and one of them, she just lied and lied till she couldn't lie anymore. I find it also nefarious. Sitting up here lying, honey. They're riding around in $100,000 Mercedes. Yeah, riding around in a whole Mercedes, but out here stealing. Okay, Malice said, Queen, did you see that ICE is also trying to get a call center to report minors to them? No, I didn't see that, but thank you for telling me. Let me write that down, honey. That sounds nefarious. What they really up to? Trafficking anyone? I have several questions. Thank you, beloved. ICE call center for minors. What else is going on, honey? I still have questions about where all those missing people went to during Biden's administration as well. And thank you for being a member for 8 months, beloved. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. Now let's go to this. Well, because this lady knows she was out here doing the most. And just lied the whole time, y'all. Please pay attention.
Take anything. Where is it on camera? Tell her to show me. I done still not all my stuff right there. I got my receipt and everything. Hello?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Some Morales, okay? Basically, want to talk to you about something. You match the description of a female that we're looking for right now. Why you out of breath? What's going on?
Oh, no, I was on the phone. I just got wet. You saw match what?
You match the description of a female we're looking for. You mind if I get your ID?
Yeah. I matched the description.
Did you go on Carter's at all?
Did we do what?
Did you go to Carter's?
I had bought something from there.
So you brought something from there? What did you get?
I got my receipt and everything.
Okay. All right. We'll just get your ID and then we'll confirm if it's you or not. All right.
I called you guys as she was running the corner, and her breasts were suddenly huge because she stuffed all the product down her shirt and into her purse.
About how much did you think they took?
Probably like $1,000.
$1,000?
Ma'am, can you just step out the car for me, please? Okay. Let me see your bag.
You're not under arrest. All right. You're just detained right now. All right.
Well, I ain't doing nothing, so I know I ain't under arrest.
Your phone over there? Okay. For right now, you're just going to be detained, okay? So I have to place you in cuffs.
I'm being detained though.
You're not under arrest. Like we said, you match description with somebody that stole items from Carter's. Okay, you have a party bag. And once they come over here, what they say it is or not you, then we'll talk to you further on that, right?
Oh, that's still not all my stuff right there.
That's why I said, like, once they confirm it is or not you, if it's not you, then we'll let you go. But it is you, then we'll have a talk about that, right?
Can I read you something too, okay? Because you are entitled to your rights. You're not under arrest. You're just detained, but I have to read you your rights, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used as evidence against you. You have the right to talk to an attorney. I have him here with you now anytime during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, won't be appointed to represent you. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
With these rights of mine, you want to talk to me or any one of my partners that come on scene and ask you questions.
Okay.
Yes?
I want to talk to them hitting your partners because I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do too.
Well, we're trying to figure out too. Apparently, we just got a call about, two females matching the description you're wearing. My partner saw you go inside the vehicle, and that's pretty much it. Someone just stealing from Carter's. You have a Carter's
my stuff
bag.
right there.
Okay, but you have a Carter's bag, okay, and we have to make sure that everything's accounted for in that bag.
Okay.
Okay, but that's what we're here for. I'm a little suspicious that you're not even in the driver's seat. You're in the passenger seat. So where's your friend?
Where's who?
Where's the driver?
My sister? Yeah, I'm waiting on her. She one of them stalled. I don't know which one she.
She going to you know?
I don't know. I have to call her.
Basically, they're going to bring somebody over here, right?
Say whether it is you or whether it's not you. Like I told you, if it's not you, then we let you go. If it is you, then we'll have a conversation, see what they want to do, right? Did a job and I didn't take anything?
Well, they have you on camera.
I didn't take anything.
But it says otherwise. That you did.
Where is it on camera? Tell her to show me.
You're saying you paid for these?
Yes.
Is there a receipt in here for these? Okay.
You guys ready yet or no?
Yeah.
She want to talk?
Yeah, she talked. She said basically, she went in there to buy some stuff. She didn't steal nothing. All that stuff that's on the receipt is stuff that's in the bag. That's about it.
Now, y'all, peep game family. She has this long arse receipt. This receipt is a mile long, and she got this little bag. Clearly, that receipt doesn't go to what's in that bag. Okay, please pay attention. Trying to be slick.
Okay.
I thought y'all said y'all was going to get her to identify me so I could show her that I didn't take anything.
You did. She identified you. We put the flashlight in your face.
Except this is a receipt from Sanford.
I didn't take anything. Where is it on?
Code busted. Okay, that's a receipt from a whole nother store. And that's what these people out here doing. There was one video I saw a lady bragging. Now, she had sense enough not to show her face on the screen, but nonetheless, she said that she was walking through the parking lot of a grocery store and she found someone's receipt. They had dropped it. Says that she picked it up, went in the store, bought everything, or not bought, stole everything that was on the receipt, got ready to walk out. And, she showed the person at the door. They asked to see her receipt and she showed it to them and they let her go. Okay? They let her go. Now, if they had checked the time on the receipt, they would have caught her. They just probably looked at the date, but not the time. Okay, so she got away with that and bragging about it. But look at little Miss Karen here telling all these darn lies and getting busted. Talk about she's playing a stealing game. Girl, who made that up?
Game that we play. It's called 21. It's basically like you go and steal all that you can steal and then you get out without getting caught. Well, I did it one other time than this time, but I got caught this time.
Doing an investigation right now. Apparently somebody walked out with a
Car, put it in a random car?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, would you come over by the car with us?
Whose car is it?
What do you mean?
Whose car is it?
I don't know.
Me neither.
So where's all your stuff you took out of the store? And
I just put it in a random car that was open.
In a random car that was open?
Yeah.
For what?
What do you mean for what? Because y'all was coming.
Okay, so you just put all the stuff in a random car you didn't know?
Yeah, it's a game I was playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What for?
Just for the hell of it.
Okay. You got any ID on you?
No.
All right.
I left it in the car.
Which car?
The random car. I don't know what car it was.
What color was it?
Silver. It's a game that we play. It's called 21. It's basically like you go and steal all that you can steal and then you get out without getting caught.
Did y'all hear this fool? She said it's a game she was playing 21. Sorry, what? We play that in basketball. What the hell she talking about? Ooh, I've heard of 21 in basketball, ma'am, and maybe cards even, but this lady is a whole hot mess.
Well, I did it one other time than this time, but I got caught this time. So now I got to figure out where my purse is and where my merchandise is because now I got to give all the merchandise back to Walmart.
Well, it's not really a game. But
it is a game.
To you, that's theft. Though, in the state of Florida.
It's fun too. It's really fun.
Oh, going to jail is fun. Okay.
Well, I suppose.
Right, going to jail's fun. And here's the thing, she's lying. Because first of all, she said when they asked her where all the stuff was that she stole, she said she put it in a random car. Girl, you just put in a random car. No, you didn't. Because first of all, what random car did you just conveniently know was unlocked? Another thing I wanted to point out with the black lady that was in the $100,000 Mercedes, they say, she basically gave herself away instantly because as soon as the police walked up to her and asked her was she in Carter's, she said, yeah, I bought some stuff, and then she showed the bag. First of all, if they asked you, were you in the store and you didn't steal a damn thing, you wouldn't be sitting there trying to convince them that you didn't steal a damn thing, because that's what she was doing when she showed the bag. Yeah, I bought some stuff. I even got my receipt and everything. Lady, it's obvious that you know that they're coming to you because you stole something. Okay, she should have just said, yeah, she was in there and left it at that. See how people give too much information and then when you're lying, yeah, you say the wrong thing. Okay, just stop stealing.
Oh, am I going to jail?
Well, we'll see how much stuff you took.
It's a lot of
So where's the car at?
It's real fun.
I don't know.
Okay.
What's your name?
It's Amber.
Okay.
And I don't find it funny. I'm just very bubbly.
Okay. Is the car yours or are you renting it?
I don't know whose car it was.
It's just a random person's car.
It's just a random car. Yeah, like if you walk up to this car.
Okay, how about we don't know?
You feel me? It's gonna be open or it's gonna be closed. You never know. You just gotta try it out.
All right, go ahead and put your hands behind your back for me.
Can you hold that?
What's wrong, y'all? Broken?
My pinky is, so be careful. Oh, wait a second.
All right, we'll get that. We'll get that.
Stop.
Do you have any leg shackles?
I have a hobble. Hey, I have a hobble.
So you're not under arrest right now. You're just being secured so we can conduct our investigation.
Oh, wow, just fell out. Look at there.
Police find more than $1,000 worth of stolen property, including beauty items, home goods, dog food, and more. Deputies worked together to quickly return the lifted merchandise to the store. Moments later, deputies pop open the trunk of the car when, let's just say, that shoplifting charge becomes the least of our suspects' worries.
You got white crystal, global pipe, and a safe.
Let me see.
Two. That's what. This has white crystal in it.
Now she
Like
told
small
y'all.
amount, but there's white crystal in it.
Straight bust.
No.
She got crystal in the trunk, you all, in a safe. And there's pipes in her and everything. And she said this is her boy. She's going to tell them that's her boyfriend's car. But it's probably her rental.
Maybe it's not schizophrenia if you're smoking meth. Oh.
One officer then uncovers a second safe disguised as a book.
A couple safes. Patches?
Hey, he doesn't even have a safe.
Well, there's a safe in the trunk, so
It can't be his. What's all that stuff on the top of the thing?
what?
What's all that stuff?
Stuff that was in the trunk.
Who's safe? That's not his safe. He doesn't even own a safe.
Did you have anything in the back of the car in the trunk?
I had my purse and the shit I stole.
Okay.
But he
Girl, stop lying. Clearly somebody owns the damn safe. It was in the trunk. And probably it's not even a boyfriend, because where is he? I don't see anybody but her. Okay. Michael says, Queen, did you know that the cop in the Sonia Massey case was found guilty? Hope I'm not asking you something you've already reported on. Honey, you know darn well I reported on that, okay? You know I reported on that, okay? Yes, I did know, beloved. I reported on that last week. All right. So that all being said, let's go to part 2. Let's go to part 2. Y'all know any cases like that, I'm going to report on. Okay? If I hear about it, you hear me mention it, yes, I'm going to report on it.
really a game.
Yeah.
It is a game.
It's theft.
To you, that's theft. It's the state of it's Florida. fun too. It's really fun. Oh, going to got the rental. Someone random.
Talking about
Call him.
the boyfriend she's talking about never makes an appearance during this incident, and it isn't long until another investigator approaches Amber with one important question.
So I just want to ask you a quick question, okay? And you can decide how to answer it however you want, okay? There's a pretty decent amount of crystal meth and other narcotics in the car, okay?
I told the other officer I don't know anything about it.
Okay. Well, I was just giving you an opportunity. We do have narcotics detectives that can talk to you. You might be able to better your situation with the state. If you want to talk to them,
I don't know
can call
anything
one
about it.
Okay. Thank you.
Deputies cracked open that last lockbox and finished their search, uncovering about 62 grams of methamphetamine, 11 grams of marijuana, multiple pipes, a scale, mint silver bars and rounds, copper bars, platinum bars, a gold fossil watch, and multiple prescription medications, according to the arrest report. All this alongside a laundry list of stolen goods. We join Amber in the back of the patrol car, where she's, let's just say, not too pleased with the result of her game.
We came to shop, but they told me to play a game. T told me to play a game.
Who's that?
My demon.
Okay.
So he told me to play a game called 21, and I played it, and then I got caught.
Okay, so now she's crazy. Y'all hear her? Now she's talking about the demon, and she gave the demon a name, T. T told me to play a game. A demon. He told me to play the game, and I got caught. Girl, you sure did get caught, okay? And you and T are going to jail, all right? You and T are going to jail. Don't stop and go. Don't collect $200. And here's the question, fool. Why would you be in there shoplifting and stealing all that merchandise when you have a whole trunk load full of illegal substances? Why would you do it? That's so dumb. World's dumbest criminals caught on tape. Okay, please pay attention. It's all crazy.
I have psychological problems. Like I have mental issues, like bipolar, anxiety, depression, all that shit, and schizophrenia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you take
So do you have a attitude with me, or are you good?
Because you asked me questions, but it looks like you got a f***ing attitude.
Now she's crazy. Y'all hear her? She was just laughing and bubbly. Didn't she say that? I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. I'm just bubbly. But now you're not bubbly. Now the bubbles have dissipated. Okay, what's really going on here? What is really going on here? No, this ain't no rug use, Queen Sam. She's playing. She's doing this to try to throw that lady off and let that lady think that she's crazy. Okay, this might have anything to do with no illegal substances, honey. She might be on some, but that's not why she's acting like that. She's trying to act as though she's crazy. She just told the lady she had schizophrenia. If you have schizophrenia, why do you have all those rugs in the back of your car? Where's your medicine for that? Okay, she's lying. And this is the go-to card for them. I'm crazy.
Are you good?
Am I yelling at you?
But you got a fucking attitude with your little prissy ass. Blink, blink.
I'm not yelling at you.
Okay, but you got an attitude.
This is just how I am.
Well, then change it. Because you meet people like me, off duty.
Okay, is that
okay? No, it's not, but I'm just letting you know how the real world works.
It's not.
Okay, because you're a hard with that shit on, but you're not without it.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard.
What's in the bag, sir? Close the door like that again, you stupid bitch. You are not fucking hard. And that's not your fucking purpose to be an officer.
Amber McCann is facing multiple charges, including trafficking of methamphetamine, drug possession, grand theft, and possession of a controlled substance. She's expected back in court in May.
Excuse me, can you take these off while I'm in the car? Because it's my yeah, but my pinky. Excuse me, you don't have a fucking attitude with me? Gives a f anyway, it's just fucking material sh. Who can wow? Is she fucking stole from Walmart? Woo-hoo! Roll the window down, it's hot!
Well, it's not really a game. But
It is a game.
to you.
Y'all see this? Acting a whole damn fool after she realized she wasn't gonna get away with her lies, and then they found all that dust, okay, in her car, in the trunk. Girl, what were you thinking? But now let's go to this last video. This is 3 parts, and we're out of here after this. But let's talk about this officer's wife. Okay, they say this is an officer's wife. Got caught stealing with her child in tow. Out here shoplifting, honey. Desperation unknown. Please pay attention. It's all crazy. Hold on. D Major says, Queen, she might be rugged, allegedly. I mean, she is on rugs. That's why the stuff was in her trunk. Yeah, we know she's on rugs. But the bottom line is she was acting like that because she was mad and she's trying to act like she's crazy. She literally told the lady she had schizophrenia and starts talking about all these mental problems and psychological problems. She wasn't saying any of that at first until the shit hit the fan. Now she's crazy. Okay, honey, they don't fool me. I know exactly what she's up to. Being on rugs is not why she's acting like that. Because if that's the case, she would have been acting like that from the jump. Okay, pay attention. You think she just all of a sudden was bubbly and acting so happy-go-lucky because she thought she was going to get away with it. She didn't think she was going to go to jail. Okay, you heard her ask them, "Am I going to jail?" Because sometimes they'll give you give you like a citation or whatever. Okay, depending on how much you stole. But they found the goods, and that's why she was trying to act like she didn't know what car it was in. Because if they hadn't found it, they couldn't see how much stuff it was, and it was $1,000 at least. So with that being said, that makes it a whole felony. So she knows she's going down for the count, and that's also why they searched the vehicle and found the other illegal substances. Okay, so no, she might be crazy, but I don't think so. I think she's just a thief and a liar. Okay, and now she's trying to play the mental health issue like most people who look like her do.
Okay. Well, if you don't agree to come with me, then I'm going to put you in handcuffs. Stop. You are being detained right now. I'm going to have you come back to the loss prevention office with me right now, okay?
I just have.
Okay, well, we're going to figure that out. Like I said, I'm going to have you come back to the loss prevention office with me. I'm not going to handcuff you because I don't want to cuff you in front of your baby. So if you could come with me.
Ma'am.
You're not free to.
Okay, now I'm going to fast forward this a little bit. I'm going to stop. Yeah, Jay Gray said she's far from crazy. Exactly, honey. She had enough sense to lie, hide the stuff in the car, and then walk away from the car acting like it wasn't the one she was in. All kind of stuff, honey. This woman ain't crazy. She's playing foolish. Now, with this being said, I'm going to fast forward this a little bit because she gets into like a little scuffle with the officer. And y'all know we don't show violence on here.
Stop. Link it 3. I've got one assisting.
Stop. Please help me.
Lincoln, when we have one detained, you can open there. Incoming can stop.
I tried to give you an option.
Ma'am, can you get my child, please?
Hey, we'll worry about your kid in a second. Right now, you're under arrest. Your kid's going to be okay.
And now you're under arrest for obstruction as well.
Where are you parked at? We're right out front. So
Okay, help me, please.
we're right out this door.
Okay,
So we'll go there. Keep moving. Your child's going to be all right. You decided to commit a bunch of crimes with your kid. Your child is now in our custody, and he's going to be just fine with us.
So I have these.
Okay. Well, if you don't agree to come with me, then I'm going to put you in handcuffs. Stop. You are being detained right now. I'm going to have you come back to the
Okay,
law.
so we're going to part 2. We're going to part 2. Yeah, she was definitely using that baby as cover, pretending she's so concerned. If she was that concerned about that baby, she wouldn't have brought him with her when she was stealing. Period.
All right. No. I told you you're being detained. You want me to put you in handcuffs, or are you going to come?
No. What about my kid? All right, take a seat. Where's my child?
Take a seat. I'm going to read you your rights, okay?
Can we please make this speedy?
No.
It's not going to be quick. You're probably going to jail.
No.
Now, I want you all to pay attention to how some of these people who look like her, how they talk to the police. Like, it's like they don't respect the police. It's like they don't even take them seriously. And it's like they almost feel entitled to not go to jail for their crimes. Do y'all notice this? Like, that first lady literally thought she was going to get away with it. The minute she did, now she wants to play crazy. This lady is sitting here talking about, can y'all make it speedy? Like, girl, you're not going home. You're a whole thief. All right, you're not going home, boo-boo. Talking about, can they make it speedy? Is she serious? You're rushing the police and you're a whole thief. These people are delusional.
No. You have the right to remain silent. Anything.
Sit down.
I'm done doing this with you. Sit and listen. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say, I have to read these to you, so just be quiet. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you? Yes or no? Having these rights in mind, you wish to talk to us now.
I would like to go home. I can.
Well, that's not happening today. I tried to have you walk back to the...
My child.
Okay, well, you should have listened to me the first time rather than running away from me, telling me you didn't do anything.
You don't have any proof of anything.
And that's what I was trying to figure out. But you didn't want to talk to me.
Ashley.
What's your first name? Ashley?
Ashley.
Okay, Ashley, my partner here just read you your rights. She's asking you about the theft that got conducted inside of the store. Do you have any statements you'd like to make
I
about
did not
that?
complete any theft. I was literally, I had
Do you want to explain the situation that happened inside of Nordstrom's?
No.
Or anywhere else in the mall?
No.
Okay, you have no statements about any of that? You have nothing you'd like to, no comments, no statements? Do you have PC for her?
I do.
Okay, you're under arrest for theft. Understand that? You don't have to say anything else. Relax. Your child is in our custody as of right now.
No.
Yes, that's how that works when you commit crimes inside of our city. That's how that works. And so as of right now, right, we're going to make sure that he's okay, but you are being held responsible for the crimes that you've committed, and we're going to get all of that sorted out. The more difficult you make it moving forward, the longer it's going to be before we can get you back reunited with your kid. Understood?
Can we take care of this right here?
We're taking care of this in the process that it's going to take, and it's not going to be quick. It's not going to be fast.
He's not going to be okay.
Yeah, he's going to be just fine.
I know my rights.
I mean, it's the audacity of it for me. It's the sheer audacity of it for me. This is the last part 3. These people are something else.
He's not going to be okay.
Yeah, he's going to be just fine. Her child is in our custody as of right now.
No.
Yes, that's how that works when you commit crimes inside of our city. That's how that works. And so as of right now, right, we're going to make sure that he's okay, but you are being held responsible for the crimes that you've committed, and we're going to get all of that sorted out. The more difficult you make it moving forward, the longer it's going to be before we can get you back reunited with your kid. Understood?
Can we take care of this right here?
We're taking care of this in the process that it's going to take, and it's not going to be quick. It's not going to be fast. So
He's not going to be okay.
Yeah, he's going to be just fine. So the next thing we need from you is to turn around, and you're going to be searched.
You have anything on you that's gonna stick me, poke me, hurt me?
Come on, this side. Or
Widen your stance for me. You have anything on you that's gonna stick me, poke me, hurt me?
I do have a firearm in my bag.
You have a firearm in your bag?
I also have a conceal.
what's your son's name? Hey, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right, mister. Hey, it's gonna be okay.
Stop fidgeting with your cuffs.
Okay, baby.
Probably not.
I will be cooperative. I just want
You've
you
lost
to.
your chance for that.
Can I hold my child?
No, you cannot.
That's my personal belongings. You don't have a right to.
Yes, we do.
You're under arrest right now.
Sir,
This way. Now.
Take a seat.
I am not.
Sit.
Please understand.
No, I'm done.
Why are you doing this?
No, because you're a thief. What do you mean? Why are they doing it? And you obstructed. Crazy woman.
Come here, mister. Come here. Yeah, hold on one second. Phone call. Hey. We're just outside of Nordstrom's on the north side.
I'm going to fast forward this. Okay, so the bottom line, I'm going to go ahead and stop this because I tried to fast forward it and it's loading for whatever reason. But bottom line is she ended up going to jail and they gave the officer, the female officer, they gave her the option, the other cops gave her the option of asking, of taking the lady to jail or just writing her a citation or whatever. And she took her to jail because she said, first of all, she didn't want to do what I told her. Okay, and she resisted. She's going to jail. So that's where she went. Okay, that's where she went. But hold on. I'm gonna show y'all one more brief video. This is like this was crazy to me because this dude was stealing and then the cop asked him for his receipt. And this is what he did. Hold on. And then I promise we're out of here.
See, let me see it. I have it right here. Traffic 41 got one running. Brown shoes, gray pants, blue t-shirt towards Abercorn.
I'm so through.
Just ran across Abercorn over by the Murphys.
Give me a description here.
Brown boots, gray pants, blue t-shirt at Murphys. Over by Verizon. Running back towards Target. Going towards Target. 4 towards Target.
He just ran up the hill into the Target parking lot.
See, this is why the cops be shooting people in the back because they know they can't catch them. Okay, they know the average cop who doesn't look like us can't catch us. Okay, that's why they be shooting black people in the back. Please pay attention.
See him? Where's he at?
just jumped into a gray sedan.
Alright, where at? I'm coming in the side parking lot.
Charlie, Quebec, Romeo 7472. You have a receipt? Let me see it.
I have it right here.
Traffic 41 got one running. Brown shoes, gray pants.
Okay, so here is the last part. Hold on. Let's go to the part two.
Charlie, Quebec, Romeo 7472. Coming out near Bank of America.
All right, it's going to be a Volvo sedan, two-door, driven by a black male. He's going out.
So you all, he ran and then came back to the parking lot to get his car. Okay? He was running like a whole track star.
The yeah, he went out the side over there. I believe he headed back towards Abercorn. All right, I don't have sight. I'm going to turn off my lights and sirens.
The man was driving recklessly, and when the officer lost sight of him, they decided to discontinue the pursuit. Meanwhile, the female shoplifter attempted to evade detection by stealing a shirt and putting it on as a disguise. However,
now here's the plot twist. There was a female in the store who they believe was with him. Her dumb self is in the store this whole time. He's out there running for his life. Why did she go outside and get in the car? Why didn't she go out there and wait in the car? I don't know. Because she could have been going with him, but she's caught. Okay? She's busted. And then trying to steal a shirt off the rack and then put it on to disguise herself. Girl.
loss prevention was not fooled by her tactic.
On Johnny Street,
I'm pretty sure she was with them, but she just put on a new shirt.
This one?
Yes.
Alright, I don't have sight. I'm going to turn off my lights and siren. Page 5 to east side, that comes back to 2122 Mexico Street.
Also be advised to your known shoplifter.
Hey, you got ID on you?
First name is Trayvon.
Let's walk back up here.
All right. What? I ain't did now. What you better get your hands off of me.
You're a known shoplifter.
Oh.
Give me your hand.
Don't hands off. Not to walk with you. Don't give me.
Give me your hand.
He said you're a known shoplifter.
A known shoplifter. Don't drop my phone.
Stop.
I'm trying to put my phone in my pocket.
Private air clear 1140.
Hold on, let me read a couple of comments. Denise said, they said people are going to start stealing. They've been stealing. Yeah, of course they have. But here's the thing. You know, if people don't have food, people that normally wouldn't steal will start stealing. Okay, please pay attention. Now, that all being said, Reggie said, hold on, I'm putting up the wrong comment. Here it is. Okay, Reggie said, these people been stealing. They're just not good at it. Exactly. Exactly.
It's going to be a 2004 Volvo S80 green in color.
It's going to be very light. It's not going to be a dark green. It's going to be a very light green, almost silver looking. And it does have some damage, looks like, on the...
Yes,
I can't remember which side. It was either by the headlight. I believe it was on the passenger side, but I'm not sure. It could have been on the driver's side.
42 suspect hit target yesterday with felony amount. Traffic 41, I got one female detained.
Copy.
Did you pull that shirt off the sales floor?
No, I did not.
That's fine, they'll be able to watch video.
How many people the other girl got away?
Go ahead,
Have a seat on the bench over there.
Hey, what y'all got? Hey, how many
Y'all got a property back?
Do we have what?
Property.
What?
The property. The cart full of stuff.
Oh yeah, for that. It's definitely, I have to guess it's stolen. But
You have ID?
You got away in the vehicle?
Yeah, he ran across the Abercorn and came back, jumped in the car. What's your last name?
Myself and Tulsa 110E.
Take me to jail. I can take you to jail.
Okay, so you'll just sit in jail until you are identified.
Okay.
So you'll be booked under Jane Doe.
Okay.
You still want to see it then?
Yes.
Okay.
Traffic 41 to 41 Alpha 2.
Okay, so he said she's gonna sit in jail as a Jane Doe until she's identified. Now, my question is, wonder if she ever snitched on him because he clean got away. He was too fast for her, honey. Okay, he was too fast for her. Everybody's talking about how the cop was out of breath. Yeah, he was still breathing hard. He was really tired. Okay, which means he was likely out of shape. Out of shape or had some type of health issue or something. These cops have to pass these obstacle courses and all of that when they're in the academy. How do they let themselves go? Because they should all be working out and eating healthy, if you ask me. I think. Maybe they wouldn't have to shoot so many people in the back if they took better care of themselves and so they could run faster. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But anyway, listen, beloveds, I almost forgot one more thing. I know I said that was the end, but there's information on the UPS plane crash. Okay, we found out about the child that passed away. She was only 3 years old. A beautiful little girl, her and her grandfather. This is so sad. They have a news report. So let's look at that and then have a prayer for the, just everybody pray for the family of the victims because I know this has got to be awful, especially with the holidays coming up. I just really hate this for them. Okay, so let me share my screen. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Reggie said, great broadcast. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you.
These are the latest faces to come from Tuesday's tragedy in Louisville. A 3-year-old girl and her grandfather killed when a UPS cargo plane came crashing through an industrial park in Louisville outside Ali International. Lou Fendon and his 3-year-old granddaughter, Kimberly Asa, among the 13 confirmed dead from Tuesday's crash, including the 3 crew on board. Today, 9 still unaccounted for, many believed to be underneath debris spanning close to a mile wide. And just take a look at that debris. New aerial video released by the National Transportation Safety Board from the crash site. The crash destroyed several businesses, sending a fireball into an RV park, dozens of cars, and 18-wheelers.
Every day is a chance to level up your skills. For this engineer, that means taking expert-led courses
from across Louisville.
They are hearing the stories of witnesses and those who knew the victims. But first, let's get straight out to Conroy Deluge with an update on what the NTSB told us today. Conroy?
Yeah, the NTSB is going to remain in town indefinitely, but as far as we know, this was the final media briefing while they are in town. And as you mentioned, we learned that information, how the flight was actually probably about 100 feet of altitude high, not 475 feet. That's equivalent of about 10 stories. Now, Todd Inman with NTSB actually walked us through some of the audio that they extracted from the cockpit recorder. There's about 2 hours of what they called good quality audio. And now I'm going to share kind of what details he reviewed. He says that the crew did complete briefings and standard checks before the flight. The takeoff roll was considered uneventful. Then, 37 seconds after takeoff thrust, a repeating bell was heard for 25 seconds until the recording ended. Inman believes that the recording ended upon the point of impact. As for the area of impact, Inman said specialized heavy equipment is en route to Louisville so they can lift more debris and other items.
The one complicating factor for this scene is because of the type of businesses where this impacted, is you're seeing a lot of combination of similar metals or alloys. And so we'll have to distinguish between aircraft parts and those which may already be on the ground. But we've already made plans to try to move as much of that off site and then evaluate what we need to in a different location, which will hopefully free up more of the debris area.
Okay, so A lot of businesses have been impacted by that. It's really sad. And, they were saying that some of those people may have disintegrated. Imagine being out there when that plane's coming down already on fire. Because, one of the engines supposedly was detached from the plane. That's what caused it. One of the engines became detached. So just imagine looking up and seeing that coming down at you and you're trying to run. You can't run fast enough. This is all so sad at the end of the day. Okay, really, really heartbreaking. Let me go back to that report real quick so you all can see some more of this footage before we are out of here. Very sad.
Trying to be mindful of that as they continue this extraction process, which also involves looking for more of those victims. There are still 9 people reported missing. Now, NTSB will remain in town for what they say is as long as possible. Now, beyond investigating the crash, like we said, they are looking for potential victims. NTSB has also requested what they call an exemplary aircraft from UPS so that way they can compare and do flight simulations to try and uncover exactly what led to this crash. Live from the airport with Connie Offit, photo.
Not Conrad Deluche. Okay, so anyway, see, Stan said that's why I hate flying. I know, right? Can be scary. Okay, so anyway, let me just tell you all the good news. Okay, this just in. All right, they say that shortly after the decision Thursday afternoon, a growing number of states started to announce that they would be issuing full SNAP benefits. The list includes California, Oregon, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut. Some people woke up today with the money already on their debit-like EBT cards, okay, that they use to buy their groceries. Okay, so thank God for small favors, okay? Thank God for that. So some people have gotten their benefits already this morning when they woke up, they were on their cards. Okay, so that's good. That's good. All right, so with that all being said, I love you all. I hope you enjoy the rest of this evening. Enjoy your strong end, not the weekend. Now listen, I know that I told you all, Rich said the store is about to be busy. You already know, honey. But listen, I know that I told you all that I was going to tell you all about something important as it pertains to the Black community, specifically to Black women. Okay, something that's going on. It's a health issue. We're going to talk about it. Very important, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay, I wanted to get this stuff about the SNAP benefits and Trump and all the stuff going on with the shenanigans out, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'll go live probably between 11 and 12. Okay, I'll go live tomorrow. So with that all being said, I love you all. Enjoy the rest of this night. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Until next time, peace.
With that gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. That's See right. A bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin? touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why